All right. Hello. Welcome to my amazing uh, documentation video because writing this into a document is gonna take me a lot of time. So I'm doing this as a video format, so it's a bit more easier to get through. So let's say you want to do a simple. This is for the dropship on the corruption mode. We want to have the ability for this ship to be quote unquote playable. I decided to do this method since a lot of the code is already there and it looks more nicer than following a path. So technically what we're doing is using this object here, which is a vehicle. It has health and everything. It's basically inheriting the code for the single player dropship on insertion. Anyways, so it has a scripting name already hard-coded. You use this to run any events that affects the ship. And what you use to move is this thing. Oops, that's the wrong one. This thing is called a target corruption, dropship target. This will pretty much make the ship move into any object you point it to. So, um, you want to use this in combination with the event list that I made for this. Once this loads, for now I'm gonna set it to start because I don't have any logic for running the actual events yet. So you have some attributes on this. Name is the channel that'll trigger this. In this case, start. This runs whenever the game mode starts. How many seconds it'll take for the event to run. If you want to do it once, if it's collision only, this means that once the ship enters its radius, it'll then activate. Throttle input, which is like the forwards input of the ship. In this case, we set it to 1, so it's moving forwards. Steer target is where the ship will look at as it's approaching this object. For example, we can have another one, and that'll make the ship look at this object while it moves towards this one. So like you can have some kind of like, let's say hover behavior or something like that. Uh, it's like for aiming pretty much. And then, man, this is so hard to select. Let me actually, can I make this thing? No, I cannot. This is so sad. And then characters to interact. This is important. This means that any vehicle, any character that has like any name you put here that belongs to a dropship will be affected by it. So like for example, you want to have multiple dropships that whenever they hit that sphere here, they'll change direction or something. You can have that. For now, we'll just set it to a singular one, which is referencing this one. So what we want to do is we have our first path. Let's just do like another one. This is like after the ship hits this path, this one here, we wanted to fly towards the second one. So we remove the event channel here and we do it collision only. And let's just put it like at floor level for now. Something like this. Because we want the ship to fly into like this angle pretty much. So let's do 2. Let's do this one. And then let's do another one here, which is like at the floor. Because we want this ship to land pretty much. Yeah, and here we set the throttle to 0, so that way the ship actually stops. And we want to have a look at target. We can use another pathing one. Like we can use this one. And then steer target will just be this, so that the ship looks at this area. Or we could just have it look at here or something like that. You can be creative with this. Then we set the look at target on that one to this, so the ship is looking here. And then this one to this one. And now if we hit play, that's on the client. Show the server. You'll see that the ship actually starts moving. It would be pretty funny if it didn't. It actually didn't. Oh, there it is. It just clipped through the world. But yeah, you can Just needs better pathing. So you can see how the ship actually like moves and then kind of lands and shit. Obviously the system can be made better. Um, for example, let's say that you just want the ship to like reach a certain point, and after that, like play an animation, you can do that as well. And for that, I'll also as well like show how it's done. So for the steer target, we want to. I see the problem here. I need an in between. So basically, something like this. So this one will go to this one here. This one does that. There. This one to go to this one. And this one to go to this one. There. And now the ship will actually like fly properly. Because basically what we're doing here is oh. Whoops. Oh, it's because it's not marked as Fox collision. Yeah, basically what we're doing here is we're making the ship like move forwards. Oh fuck, that means the thing I did doesn't work. Anyways, whatever. What we're doing here, because the way the system works is that it just makes the ship look into like a specific direction, or at least move to where it's supposed to be looking at. That's kinda how it works. It's a bit simple, and you can. Another thing you could do is probably just animate the whole thing in like Blender, which would be a bit more easier than doing paths. But I mean, it's really up to you. Like, it doesn't matter too much. Like for example, here, let's say I want to make the ship a bit more slower, and let's just make it so that it isn't too far into the ground, and just something like that. I think the best approach here for a system like this is to just do the same thing as this one and just base it entirely on animations instead of just moving the actual object around. That way you get like way more control and it looks slightly better. Just do like an actual animation. But if you want to do movement as well, it's really up to you. Like it does support it. Probably yeah. That's kind of it actually. It's fully event based to be on. Like it's fully event based. The way it works is fully event based. So instead of naming this one start, what you can do is I need to find a thing. Corruption. Instead of naming it start, you can name it this one GM_CDF, which is for like flying. And then you can have other events and stuff, but like obviously all of this can be, it's kind of really up to you. Like the game mode doesn't, you can like, for example, I think I'll do here is that I can make it so that the dropship runs an event once it reaches a certain point. Like if it reaches this point here, it'll run like another channel. That's the thing I'll do. I can also make it so that if the ship gets destroyed, it runs another event as well. And then yeah, that's a thing you can do. I can do probably. It really depends on how it's done. There's multiple ways of approaching this. This is this method. I don't know. I'll ask what you think about it.